Hi, okay folks, I'm back. Hopefully I'm going to be able to start putting a few videos up, because, well, to tell you the truth, I'm getting a bit left out really. I mean, I know you lots has been saying to me, don't worry about the videos and that, because the missus and all that, but I mean, I'm not coping too bad now. I've got it all under control. I'm looking after her, and I'm coming out here like doing odd bits, like in odd 5 minutes here and there, doing the old food pieces, like, you know, and I'm doing clips at a time, and then I goes back in and sees to her, and, you know, I've got my phone here, you know, if she needs me, and, you know, so, you know, I mean, I want to get on and do some more videos, you know. I just want to say thanks everybody for all the nice kind messages, all the other restorers like Martin Dare and Crap Old Nick, Rob from Rob's Matchbox Garage, Opa's Diecast, there's loads of them. I can't mention everybody, but they've all sent me really nice messages. Jeff Baker from Maryland, you know, thanks for what you did in your local place, and well, just thanks to everybody. I just feel like I'm letting you down really. I just want to get a few more videos out, but I have got a few clips already done. I've managed to put them together in the on the computer in the office, and so I've got another one here for you today. Today being a Sunday, I thought I'd come out and do a quick little yap now and thank everybody, all the subscribers, everybody. Not more, I don't know what to say really. I mean, what more can I say? Thanks to everybody, you know. All the support is brilliant. But the missus ain't doing too bad. She's she do get a bit upset now and again because she's worried about this stupid virus. But it's worrying her now because she keeps hearing on the news about, you know, everything shutting down, and she's worried about this operation not going to take place. But I've told her it is an urgent operation. It's got to be done, because if it doesn't get done pretty soon, she could end up paralysed with it. You know, I mean, that's the thing. That's how urgent it is. It's got to be done. It's got her nerve in her spine has got to be freed. Otherwise, it's going to cause permanent damage. That's the gist of it. So I've told her not to panic. You know, there's 2 or 3 more weeks to go before she's meant to get the letter anyway, to say for a follow up to see the doctor up in the spinal unit. So you know, hopefully we will get that letter. Well, I hope we bloody do anyway. But who knows? You know. If she don't get that letter, I think she's just going to lose it, you know. But hopefully she'll be alright. But she is cheering up a bit more now. She's still got pain in her legs, obviously, and that, and she's still got to take the morphine and stuff like that. But, you know, when it's done, she'll be alright again. I keep telling her, you know, once it's done, she keeps thinking she's not going to walk again. But I managed to walk her into the bedroom the other day, and she was walking alright. And she was holding on to me, like, and she's managed to walk all right, very unsteady, but at least she did make it, you know. And yeah, but anyway, let's get on with this. I've got what it is a standard Vanguard 3, what I picked up. I only picked up for $5 or something like that, but there's a bit of a thing with this one. It had a part of the casting was broke, and it had the part of the front bumper missing. So I've had to do a repair on this one. So anyway, sit back, enjoy. I'll catch you again as soon as I can with another video, as soon as I get some more clips put back together, like, you know, on the old computer, and I'll try and bang up another one for you as quick as I can. But until then, let's get on with it. Bye. Okay folks, today this is what we're going to do. This is a standard Vanguard 3. 1950s, I think, late 50s this came out. Anyway, it's pretty old. Picked it up for $5, and main reason being was the front bumper was really snapped off. It was the driver's side was actually snapped right off there, but that's repairable. So let's get on with it. Okay, as you see, this one, not in bad condition really, I suppose. All there is to this one is no interior, it's just a glass, because it's a really old one. It's 1950s, I think. But as you see, there's a piece of the actual bumper missing on this one. I gave a $5 for this at the collector's fair. and he wouldn't, you know, he wanted like 15 quid for it to start with, and I said, well, that, I said, you know, piece of the bumper missing, mate, you know, I mean, come on, needs a bit of work, this does. In the end, I managed to get it for a £5. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to change the colour of this one. Actually, I'm going to decommission it from the Air Force, which is meant to be an Air Force staff car, and it's going to be decommissioned and brought back to an ordinary family saloon. But first and most important thing we got to do is get this bumper fixed. And what I'm going to do with that, it might seem a bit drastic, folks, but what I'm going to do, if I zoom in slightly, if you look at this piece here, I'm going to grind that off. I'm going to grind that little bit off right up to that piece, so all that's flat. And I'm going to use a bit of plastic like that and sort of put it on there somehow, glue it on there, you know, get it to whatever shape I need or whatever, and then cut all the rest off and sort of mould it to shape, if you know what I mean. You'll see anyway what I mean. But I think the easiest way to do it is to cut this bit off as well and make all that totally like a square, so I can put the piece of plastic on and get it, you know, back to where it should be. I've already drilled it out, as you can see. Take that away, that. All that's going to be pretty easy to sort out. All I've got to do now, I've got to, it's one of them funny old ring type rivet things holding the glass in. I'm going to very carefully drill that one out with a slightly bigger drill, like a 5mm or 6mm. Just so, a shallow one, so I don't damage the actual plastic. Drill the post down. And then we can get to work and we can strip this thing. So I'm going to get this piece of glass out, and I'm going to start grinding that away. But first of all, we're going to dip it in the old caustic. So I'll get this piece of glass out and then we'll get on with it. Right, I haven't stripped this yet. I'm going to go ahead and try and grind that piece off. I'm going to have to be very careful with this. So let's have a go with it. I'll actually take a bit of grinding. It is going, you can see. Right, zoom in slightly. It is going. Zoom and working that great. That's a bit better. But as you can see, I'm going to work back to that. Looks a bit drastic, folks, but believe me, this, when it's done, it'll look better in the long run. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to carry on with this because I've got to flatten that piece out as well, and then I'll show it when it's all finished, when I've actually ground it down before I put the plastic piece on. Right then, folks, I've cut it off. I know it looks a bit drastic, but I wanted a nice flat surface there and a nice flat surface on there, and I've been fiddling and piddling around here for the last hour and I've turned a bit of this, bit of that, into that there. As you can see, it's nicely rounded off. And then once we've stripped all this one, got all the paint off, I'm going to put this on here and glue this on here with the old bicarbonate. And there you go. Once that's been sprayed up, I'll of course put a bit of filler in the old bumper there, because there's a nick in there. But once that's been sprayed up, you ain't going to know the difference. You will if you look underneath, because I've got to try and get rid of some of that sort of lump underneath. Once I've stuck it in there like that, I'm going to try and get a bit of that out of the way, try and carve that out of the way. But I want to get a nice, I only want to carve a bit away because I want this to stick to that as well. So you're going to know it's been sort of, tampered with. Anybody who has this in the end, if I sell this or anything, they're going to know it's been messed about with. But it's just a, it's for show, isn't it? It's a display thing at the end of the day. So yeah, I think that's going to do the job pretty good, don't you? So replacing a broken tuff look. There you go. So that's how we've done that bit. Right, I've boiled the kettle. Let's get this thing stripped. Nice bit of hot water. This one, I reckon this will strip pretty easy, this one. That'll be enough. I'll use my tin today for a change. I'm not leaving the base plate in there too long, so I'm just going to get it wet. Chuck a bit on there. Put a bit on that one. Right, get the old brush. Yeah, it's coming off pretty easy with this one, folks. Now I don't really want to get it on the wheels if I can help it, because they're bugger to clean. If you get caustic on some of these wheels, they are a bit of a bugger to clean, so I'm trying to avoid getting too much on them. Do a quick brush off. Yeah, it's all coming off that. No worries, he says. Look at that. Bloody good stuff, this. Right, I want to switch around that a bit a minute. Dip that front bit in, because there's no wheels in that bit, because I've took the wheels off. Put it on there, and there it goes. There you go, folks. So easy it is to get paint off of your models. The good old caustic soda. Cheap to buy. Well, a lot cheaper than bloody paint stripper, put it that way. When I first started doing this, I bought a bloody pot of that Nitro Moors, because I was told it was good stuff. And I'll tell you what a mess. That was paint stripper. And I haven't used it since. I saw somewhere, I don't know where it was now, that caustic soda does a better job, and I've been using it ever since, and it's never let me down yet. You can't beat it. It's the best you can do, and it's cheaper. $2.79 a kilogram at your local Traeger Mills. I know some of you haven't got Traeger mills, but I'm sorry, but I can't do nothing about that. But anyway, let's get this cleared up now. Enough yak. I'm going to clear this up and then I'll be right back. Okay, right. We've got it all cleaned up now. I've cleaned all the mess up. I've wire brushed this so it's ready to take off a bit of bumper. Base plate's all cleaned up, ready to be, sprayed up, what have you. The screen is soaking in me mixture. But this is the main bit. We've got to do this repair. So I'm going to put a little glue on here. A little duper glue. Just make sure I don't knock it all over like last time. Alright. That's where we're going to put the glue. Focus. Right, thank you. So we want a load of glue on that. All along there. And I'll, of course, put some more. I'll stick some more on there afterwards to fill the gaps. And then we'll be squirting the old powder on it. And you notice I said squirt, because I've got myself, made use of a little dispenser for my bicarbonate. Right, we're going to get this on as best we can. I'm trying to do this so I can show you on camera, and it is very difficult. Yeah, it is very difficult, but that's where we want it. Oh, it's going to go up a bit more. That's it, up a bit. Oh, see, I'm trying to show you, and it's just not happening, folks. That's where we want it. So now I'm going to put a bit of glue. I'm going to have to actually, file this out. Well, not file it, but rub it down, if you know what I mean. Well, there's a bit around there. See, because that'll fill the gaps. That'll fill the gaps up as well. I don't want too much there, because I don't want too much to file off of there afterwards. I mean, the bottom bit ain't going to matter so much. This is a very painful job doing this. Right, let's see if my little squeezy thing works. Oops, there's gravity coming out, I suppose. Getting more of a mess out elsewhere, really. It'll be alright once it works its way through, I suppose. It's a lot easier than messing around picking it out with a little tiny shovel. Oh, that's what I should have done, that tipped it up a bit more. Well, it's coming out, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be alright. I'll get used to it. Right, I'm going to let that dry off there now, harden up a bit. Clean up. I'll have to clean up again now, because I've got bloody dust everywhere again. So anyway, I'm going to let that dry off now, and then we'll come back. Just get off the excess in a minute. See, I've got to try and got to get all these bits out of here. Look. that'll do it. We'll let that dry, and then I'll come back once I put a bit of undercoat on it, because it'll look a lot better then. And then we'll be able to see where we've got to file down any bits and where I've got to put any filler, because I have got a bit of filler to do on the front of that bumper. So bear with me, folks. Whoa, I've given it a quick bit of a splash of undercoat on the front just to see where I need to rub it down anymore. Let's have a closer look. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad. I think I've got, you know, where it needs rubbing down alright, so it doesn't really need anything doing. What do you think? Not too bad, eh? So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna undercoat the rest of it. Just give it a splash all over now with the undercoat, and then we'll give it its new coat of paint. I haven't disclosed what that's going to be yet, but you'll see that when I do it. So let's get on and give this a bit of undercoat a minute, and then the next bit I'll be showing you is the yellow going on. Oh, I've just told you. Damn. Never mind. Look at this glass. You wouldn't believe that's nearly 70-year-old, would you? And that's just watching it. I haven't dipped it yet. I'm going to dip that. So anyway, we'll get on and do that. Right, I'm going to spray this base plate in the doorway today because it's not raining. So there's no need for me to use the old booth. I've got my things on to stop the, you know, stop it getting on the wheels. And that'll do for that. Right, I've decided to do it in the spray booth again because that wasn't a very good shot from where I was aiming just now with the camera, so I'll set the camera up so we can see it, you know, a bit better. I'm using the old pound shop yellow. This is just an ordinary basic yellow. Now with a yellow, I've found with most yellows you've got to put it on light, but many coats like that there. That's a light coat now. Let that dry, then go over it like another 3 or 4 coats, but do it light coats at a time, and you get a better result. Because otherwise, if you go putting on too thick, it starts running and you see all the lines, and well, trust me, for experience, I've been sprayed yellows before, and it's not a very nice colour to spray. It's a bit like the white. The white is very similar, actually. Seems the lighter colours you got to put on, you know, small short coats, and then let them dry, then go again. So anyway, I'll bring this back once I put a few more coats on, because I'm not just going to do it boring yellow. I'm going to do a red roof on it, so it's going to be another 2-tone, folks. But let's let this go for a minute, and then we'll see what it's like. Okay, as you can see, this is our lovely yellow. Just look at the shine on that. Let's add a few more coats, and look at that front bumper. It's looking pretty good. Focus, come on, focus. Well, you can see it. Anyway, I'm going to let this go now. It's going to dry for a couple of days. I'm going to mask the body off, and we're going to paint the roof red. So, till then, right, I've masked it all up, and I have been really thorough with this now, and I've done it as best, every little bit as best as I can. So hopefully, I've even done the insides of the windows. That I don't want no mistakes on this. So I'm going to take this away now. I'm going to give it a splash of red, bring it back, and we'll see how it is. Hopefully it's going to be pretty good. Well, it was a yellow car. Now it's red, but no, it's not red all over. I'm going to peel this off camera because it's a lot easier. I'm reaching over the camera and it's so awkward to peel off the correct way, how you meant to, like you meant to peel off a certain way, so I'm going to let this dry a bit more. And it's a bit crappy outside, the weather, but I have got my heater on in the shed, so this paint will dry nicely. So I'm going to let it go off for a bit longer, and I'm going to take it indoors in the warm, sit down, have a glass of whiskey, and peel this stuff off. And then I'm going to bring it right back to you lot and let you see the outcome. Well folks, there she is. I've touched it in a few places. It's been lacquered. So, well, all it needs now is just putting the old bumpers on, painting the bumpers in. I've done the backlights already. I've done that when I touched up the roof. And we'll stick it back together. Right everybody, as you can see, well, I've got a bit carried away with the old chroming on this one. I've done the old badge and I've done the door handles and all that. Well, I don't think the actual original ones like that, and I've gone a bit crazy like. But I've only got one of these, and I just wanted to give it a little bit extra, like, You can see the bumper. Well, look at the bumper. Beautiful. So right, we're going to put this together now. Quite simple with this one. You already know this was a drilled out screen, so I'm going to have to put me what do you call it, the stuff what I use, the Aqua Mate silicone, which is what I like to use for this sort of thing. So I'll get me old thing out here. This is all I do. I've got a tube of this, bloody great tube, and I'll just dig a little bit out of there. I'll take the cap off, just get a little bit out on the old screwdriver. It's only just to tack the screen in. There, that's enough. That's plenty. And I find that this really does hold it well. So you just put a bit on there, round about where the O is, like that, because then it'll go through the hole as well. And that's all you need, a little dollop there like that. I'll give that screwdriver a wipe off a minute, because I don't want it sitting on my screwdriver. And then all you do, quite simply, is put your old, I think this back of this one slots over the top of that, or underneath the body somehow. But you just put it in like that. Give it a bit of pressure. And that's as far down as this one goes, I think. Just give that a rub around inside. And that should do it. And that's all it needs really, just a little, you can see the dollop that comes through there, and it's spread out behind there. That'll just go off like rubber, so that'll load that. That's all you need to do, folks, really, for this. And then it's just a case then putting our wheels back. Like I said, I've already polished the wheels up. It's quite a simple thing to put together, this one. And that's it, and that's all we do. So I'll get the rivets put in on this one. I'll stick one in, just to show you. Nothing much to show, it's just the normal routine. I'll get me super glue with a bit of wire on the end of my stick. That drip off. I don't want it dripping on the bodywork. Put a little bit in there. A little bit more than that. It's quite a deep hole in this one. And you just put that there like that. And we stick our rivet in. I've got some different rivets for this one. So I'm trying to make them look similar to the the ones I took out. So just put them in like that. I'll let that one dry a minute before I put the rest in. But that's all there is to it. Anyway, let's have a look at it on the old turntable. Right, this is what we started off with, folks. It was it's a standard Corgi 207 standard Vanguard 3, and as you see, it's in the old RAF, you know, RAF livery sort of colours. And like I said, I haven't got the sticker to go on the front of this one, the little Air Force number and all that. So I thought, well, what I'll do, I had the bumper to do obviously, is I'll change it back to an ordinary saloon car look. But like we saw on the video, that was the only thing. I got this for a £5. I got it cheap because the bumper was missing off the driver's side. How that got broke, I'll never know, but I ended up having to cut a bit more of it off to be able to repair it. So anyway, when we finish what we done with it, look at the difference. Hell of a difference. Look at that bumper now on the driver's side. You wouldn't even know it had been touched unless you look underneath, because it's a bit wider than the other one. But that's just one of the things you're going to have to put up with, because it had to stick somewhere. So I mean, looking at it like that, you wouldn't even know it had been touched. And I'm very pleased how this came out. So anyway, I thought I'll make a box for it as well. So I ended up making a little box for it, and we'll see that in a minute. But if you enjoyed watching this video, then you know, I'll be coming back with another one very soon. Don't forget, tell your friends, you know, send the links off, and subscribe, share, whatever. I'll be back again next time with another video. But until then, it's bye bye from me.